Hey guys, it's Ashley, and I'm here to give you some divine guidance and divine support, and to just talk about different things that goes on in our lives. And I'm happy to do it. I wanted to come on and give you a message about when we come across people that really tend to switch up on us. You have to realize that as a spiritual being, especially when you are close to God, that you attract a lot of people to your light. And so when you are attracting people, you have to realize that you're also attracting damaged people, that you're attracting hurt people, that you are attracting people who could be narcissists. And I'm not saying that's all you attract, but when you open your heart and you open your arms to people, you're letting the good in with the bad. And so it's just something that you have to watch out for when you are, favored by God. It's just one of those things. But back to the point, when friends start to switch up on you, you start to be like, well, what's the problem? Because it's always subtle. It changes very slowly. It's almost like all of a sudden, what they actually loved about you, what they actually were attracted to, they start to hate you for it. And that's when the switch happens, because they start to look at you like, why are you so loving? Especially when they have, a lot of times with friends, we share our stories, we share things that we've been through, we share our traumas and things. And they start to look at you like, you've been through all this stuff and you still have a good heart. You've been through all this stuff and you still show love. You've been through all this stuff and you still open your arms to people. You're not bitter. You're not angry. You're not upset. You still walk with light and you still walk with God. You still trust God after all the shit you've been through. Ain't no way. And that's their mindset. Like, that's when they start to hate you for just being yourself. They start to turn on you. They start to hate what they initially loved about you. And it's because these people, things that have happened to them, they have let those things turn them into angry people. They have let those things turn them into bitter people. They have let those things fester inside, and they carry around hatred. And so they start to become jealous of you, because then they're looking at your life and they're like wondering why you attract good things, and why is it that, like I said, because you've been through so much, how could you still be attracting good things into your life? How could you still be having great relationships? How are you still standing? And that's literally where these people's minds go. And so, like I said, initially the things that they were getting from you, like love and compassion and energy, and, you really embracing them, they start to hate you for it. And so they turn on you. And from my experience, I've gone through this a lot with friends that I've had, where it becomes one of those things where people start making backhanded comments, and you start sitting there kind of looking confused, like, was that a insult? Because it's so like passive aggressive that you don't realize, like, that they're sitting there playing like they're joking, but it's actually, they were really trying to insult you. Things that could fly under the radar to other people, but because you, as a intuitive person, you have that intuition and you pick up on it. And so what they're actually trying to hide, the animosity that they've started to feel towards you, it can't be hidden. And they don't realize that. They don't realize that with you walking with God so much and you having all this intuition and you having all these gifts of being able to really see people for who they are, you pick up on all those subtle little things that they throw at you that lets you know, like, yeah, this person's starting to change. This person is starting to switch up. And usually what happens is, as spiritual people, once we start picking up on that, we start to really take our energy back. We don't give as much. We start not loving as much. We stop giving our light and our love out to these people. And then what happens is it looks like you're the one who switched up when really you already picked up on how this person's actually starting to treat you, how this person's actually starting to see you. And so when you start to remove yourself from the situation, these people can start to perceive you as flaky. They can start to perceive you as um, not answering their calls as much, not talking to them as much. And for the most part, it's just us removing ourselves from the energy because it's already draining to, especially as spiritual people on a spiritual path, it's already draining trying to make friends. And then when you do, you always wind up coming across people who really come in on a on a false high vibration. They seem like they are, and then you wind up seeing that switch up because they start to hate you for who you are. It really comes down to the fact that the demons that they carry around hate that you carry God's favor. It starts to irritate them that you are favored by God. It irritates people. It irritates whatever mess that they already have going on the inside. And so when people are hurt, have been hurt, have gone through um, trials and tribulations in their life, and they have let it really affect how they give love and how they move on. It has dimmed their light. And so when they look at you and they realize what you've been through and they realize that it has not dimmed your light, it bothers them. Trust the fact that the energy shift that you're feeling within someone else towards you is real. And I'm hoping that through this video that if you have felt like this in the past, or like I said, you're going through it now, that it does validate what you were feeling. There's really nothing that you can do because I doubt that you're going to not carry God's light, that you're going to dim your light because somebody else is uncomfortable. So I want to just encourage you to keep shining your light, um, keep staying close to God, and don't change because other people are uncomfortable with the fact that you have God's favor. So that's the message I have for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.